Jacob S. here with NGT Academy, and I am with Frantz from LONI.AI. I know these guys are doing some really amazing stuff. They're doing some cutting edge things that's really going to help a lot of folks, and including our students. And so just to break the ice with it a little bit, our students, they get kind of overwhelmed when they look into IT and they see there's all these different systems, all these different command line interfaces.
Yes.
How am I supposed to know how to configure all this stuff? So I'm always trying to calm them down, like, don't try to memorize anything, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know, keep copies of your command sets and things, but hey, you've got an easier way, right?
Yes.
So let's find out some about that.
Sure. So our company is LONI.AI, which is Logical Objective Network Intelligence. And what we believe is mobile is the future. On top of that, we try to simplify the issue you just mentioned by taking CLI commands from any vendor and converting that to one beautiful universal UI that you can access no matter what type of device you are.
So the same interface no matter the type of device you're trying to configure.
Correct.
It could be a Cisco firewall, it could be a Palo Alto firewall, it could be a
Correct.
Sonic wall, it could be...
Correct. And on the back end, so let's say you go to create an access list, it's going to be a different command across all those different devices. We know that on the back end, our API and our automation scripts already know that. All you have to do is specify the IP addresses that you want for your source and your destination, and we take care of everything else for you on the back end.
So you tell Lonnie what you want to do, and it will figure out the commands needed to do it.
That's correct. Yes.
Too cool, too cool.
Oh, thank you. Now, on top of that, forget about the traditional laptop and desktop that me and you typically use. Now you have the ability to do this from tablet, smartphone,
Any type of mobile?
smartwatch, smart car, any type of mobile.
So you're telling me that you guys can pull up your interface to configure these network devices inside the Tesla screen?
That's correct.
That's pretty cool. Well, you can't do it while you're driving, right?
No, of course not. Yep. So now on top of that, one thing that personally bothered me is I felt there was a lot of pressure applied to engineers to know automation, Python, Perl. To me, that's two different fields, two different careers.
Yeah, you're right. That's a big hurdle for a lot of people in networking right now.
Correct. And the way we address that is we leverage what we call true zero code automation. And essentially what that is you don't need to know anything about Perl, Python. You're simply going to access our interface, select the devices that you want, select the tasks that you want, put in your MFA and your AD credentials, and the rest is taken care of by the Lonnie platform.
Wow, so you truly simplify network automation for all the network engineers out there.
Correct.
And so, this has just got me thinking, with you guys' product, is there a software or a server that you need to install on-prem?
Correct. So we have a VMware appliance that sits on your premises, whether you're running VMware or hypervisor, or if you have private connectivity to your cloud, AWS DX, Azure Express Route, you can put it as a VM in one of those.
So you could run it in the cloud too if you needed to?
Correct, as long as it has connectivity to all of your locations.
Got it. Too cool. So do you have an example of what the interface looks like and whatnot? We can kind of dive into it a bit?
All right, so right now we're looking at our data center on our tablet application. I can take a quick summary of, hey, what devices have issues and need to take a look at, or I can start pulling up a list of all my devices, right? So let's say cybersecurity is really hot right now. I want to see who's trying to attack my data center. Essentially what I'm pulling up right now, these are live DDoS attacks.
Okay, so you're also log and system monitor.
Yes, so monitoring, management, automation, this is all under this Lonnie platform, and we're on a tablet right now. So if I pull this up right here, this is an actual live attack. I see source information, UDP, source port, destination port. I would simply select my mitigation template, and then from there,
so you got like a DDoS template.
correct, and I could start the mitigation, even right from my smartphone.
Man, I love this. Making IT easy, Frantz.
I think it's time that network engineers catch up to mobile. The rest of the world is taking advantage of mobile. We as engineers should be taking advantage of it as well too. So from DDoS here, I can simply pull up that attack, select the mitigation template, mitigate that attack right from here.
Bam.
And if I really want to show off, here's my smartwatch.
Oh, you got the Apple Watch.
Same thing, default mitigation template. flow spec or mitigate right from my Apple Watch. So even if my phone is
That's insane.
hand, I can stop a cyber attack.
I love that, Frantz. Man, it's so cool too, you know? And networking too, it's just got me thinking. You're showing all this stuff, like we can configure equipment. We also can stop attacks, you know, it's just bringing me to the thought on, you know, we're a network engineer and cybersecurity training academy. These things, as we move into the future, networking and cybersecurity are looking so much more intertwined as we're moving forward into the future. Would you agree with that?
That's an excellent point. I'm a dinosaur, so I'm not going to date myself.
Okay.
But when I first started off, I was 100% a routing and switching guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah, me too. I remember those days.
I remember those days, and you could live comfortably.
Yep.
But now you'll walk into an interview, and they'll, oh, what do you know about firewall? What do you know about IPS? What do you know about IDS? What do you know about DDoS? So it's very, very important for your students to really start to grasp that and know that
embrace the realm of cybersecurity.
Yes.
Whether you're trying to focus in cybersecurity or not, you should still really try to learn it if you're in networking or any part of IT, really.
Exactly.
But especially if you're a network engineer.
Especially because everything comes across your network, you're going to have to do a lot of collaboration with the cybersecurity teams, even if you're on a routing and switching team. So
right.
I 100% agree with you. That's very, very important.
Got it. And it's cool to see technology coming about that helps that transition and making it easier for people to do all of these jobs, right? All these new jobs that are in one role now.
Yes, and you know, another motivation about LONI I didn't mention, but you did bring it up. It used to be years ago, you had all CISCO. You had all another vendor. Now, access layer might be one vendor, distribution core might be another vendor. Your firewalls, you might have one vendor for perimeter firewalls, one vendor for B2B firewalls. That's 4 times the amount of commands that you're going to have to try to memorize.
Yeah, you're going to definitely have a mismatch, what is the word I'm looking for there, of different manufacturers and different types of products to perform the same function, but it's a completely different way that you configure it.
Yes, and that's the beautiful thing about the LONI platform, right? So when you send a command to the LONI platform, the LONI command takes that intent and says, what type of device is this? Okay, this is a CISCO firewall. What type of firewall is it? This is an FTD firewall. What type of code is it? Here's the code version. Here's how you apply that command to that device versus you having to know all of those commands off the top of your head.
And that's really, I think, what you guys IP, right? Building all this stuff in the back end, how the system can figure out what the commands are. It's cool stuff. I love you guys' startup.
All right, thank you so much.
And you're founder and CEO, right?
Yes, I'm the founder and CEO. I was a network engineer more than half of my life. So I'm 42. I've been a network engineer for 22 years.
Awesome. Well, hey man, so happy to see people doing awesome stuff like this. I really wish you the best in your business in the years to come. Sounds like you're on a really good start here, making a big splash at Cisco Live, so the best to you and everything. And you know, our students will see this and hopefully we'll start seeing LONI in IT environments coming into the future here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Frantz.
Thank you.
Yep. Jacob Hess here. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. And I'd also like to remind you, if you're truly serious about your career in information technology, then be sure to check out our IT engineer training programs at www.zerotoengineer.com.